Hello air signs, my Geminis, Libras and Aquarians. Thank you all for coming for your reading. This reading is all about a past lives that you guys, situations that you lived in your past lives that you're reliving now. The purpose is for you to understand yourself more, know what you keep repeating so that things that needs to be healed and worked on can happen, so you can move past it, so you don't relive this if you come back. All right, so that's the main purpose of this reading, but it's also really about informing you of who you are and giving you more insight to understand, you know, where you're coming from and where you're going and what you need to do. Right, so let's look at you guys for the past life ones. I'm gonna be specific with the signs. The rest is for all of you guys together. Okay, so we're starting with the Geminis, you guys have always been someone that was wise in your past life. You were exceptional with your mind. Okay, you got the unicorn horse right there. You always informed yourself. You applied wisdom to everything that you did in your past life, and you're still doing it now. You are considered one of those, you know, intellectual and, you know, intelligent and wise people in your past life. You probably held a great position where you made decisions. You know, you could have worked in the law, anything of that sort, where, you know, people looked up to you for direction and stuff, and you still do that now. Okay, some of you were monks, which is, you know, dedicating yourself to spirituality, or nuns. Okay, so a part of you still kind of lives that lifestyle now. You know, maybe that's why you're on a spiritual path, because you're continuing the same thing. And those of you, you know, where the nuns apply these things, when it comes to the nun part, okay, it's easy for you to be celibate, and you can do it, and it helps with your spiritual growth as well, and you know it, so you are able to do that now. All right, and so now you know the root of it. Okay, so a lot of your thinking and the aspects of you that are in alignment with, you know, spirituality and all this stuff, you know, devoting yourself to this higher cause is coming from a past life, and you're still doing it. All right, some of you were even angels, worked with angels and healing and helping your loved ones and stuff when you died. Okay, and also this could mean that some of you were working with angels too, having a direct contact with angels, where they've always helped you in every decision making, any of all of your gifts. They've been part of your life, you know, in your past life. They still do that now, so you have a deep connection to our angelic beings. Okay, like I said, you even played an angel in some of your, you know, transitional time when you die and before you wait to come. You know, you practice this role, and you're still doing it, my Geminis. Okay, let's move on to the Libras. So a lot of you were like probably in the military in your past life. Maybe you were protective of your loved ones and people. Maybe you worked in the royal family, where you were the, you know, the army officer or whatever it is. You've played this role of going to war, being a soldier, being protective over others in your past life, and you're living sort of that lifestyle now. Maybe now you're not in the military, or maybe you are, but you are someone that is very protective of your family and people that you care for, and you would not allow anybody to be treated in an injustice, you know, unjust way, you know. And it makes sense when you look at the higher essence of Libra. It's about justice and people being treated fairly and things being equal. And there's, you know, that sense of that sword there reminds me of the Ace of Swords. You know, having clarity and being concise, and, you know, justice coming into all situation. And that's kind of what you still stand for now, my Libras. You did it in your past life, and you still like that. Okay, some of you, your fathers, whatever they did or whatever role they played in your past life is still happening now with your fathers now. They may not have been, you know, like your father in your past life, but in this lifetime they're your father, or they were your fathers. It could be any of that. But the thing is, whatever they are doing to you now, whatever situations that you're going through with your fathers now, it didn't start today. It is something that was happening in the past life, and you're still continuing it now. Your relationship with you and your dad, they may be playing the same role, and they continue that same energy, okay, in your life. Okay. All right, my Aquarians, you guys, some of you may have been in a past life where you didn't even get food to eat. Food was scarce and there was a lot of hunger. All right, some of you may have had to sacrifice for children so that they can survive and you can hold on. So you probably in this lifetime, this can translate in a way where you don't want to suffer, you don't want to see anybody go hungry, you want to work yourself to the ground so that you never have to starve, and you probably don't like seeing people starve in this lifetime. You don't believe in that, you know, so you do whatever you have to do so you never find yourself in this situation. It could play out that way in this lifetime, or you probably do have the ability to withhold and, you know, do some fasting for long hours. Okay, this could also translate as someone who's overeating now because maybe they were hungry in their past life. So it could be any of those three situations where this stemming from this food and hunger from a past life, and it can transpire in any of these situations that I just, you know, explained here. All right, so the other thing that you're still reliving now is that maybe some of you were persecuted, you know, persecution and inquisition. You know, I'm hearing witches. I'm hearing, you know, some of you were witches and they killed you, or they put you in jail for whatever, that it feels like it's like not right, in like an injustice to you, or whatever it is. You ended up being locked up sometime, and you may be living some aspect of that in this life. Maybe your rebellious energy where you are willing to go out in the street and, you know, fight the system, or, you know, change the course of the way things are, coming from this aspect because you've always fought for something and you weren't afraid to be punished for it. You know, this could translate in so many ways now in your life. You know, some of you may literally be going to jail sometimes, you know, and coming back, jailbirds, or as literal as that, or, you know, maybe they put you in jail, or people, you know, they put you in jail for something that is not true. Or it could also be that, you know, people around you are always kind of like maybe blaming you for things, you know. It could be even as simple in the family situation. Maybe your wife, your sisters, your family, they could be telling, you know, putting things on you that is not you, trying to prosecute you and put you through some stuff. So this could translate in all of those ways that you're still kind of living now. Okay, let's move on. When it comes to your spirituality, the energies that you're dealing with right now, you know, from the star system, the galactic system, you know, is that, you know, there's an aspect of you, you know, that is still working with the Lyra, or you are connected to the Lyra, the Vega, and the Pleiades. Okay, and this and the Lyra is like, you've been working on this protectiveness, you know, the idea of you protecting your family and everything that you own, that you work so hard for. Is stuff that, you know, you've always dealt with in your past life that you're still dealing with now. A certain aspect of you is very protective. Okay, and this could be, you know, directly connected to the Libras, if you ask me. All right, and then there is always been a part of you that's always been logical and, you know, reasoned deeper about things. You know, this aspect of you was stuff that, you know, the Vega star system was working with you in your past life and still doing now. It's all about you applying your logic and reasoning in the right way, and, you know, understanding this aspect of yourself. Okay, so this has been working in your past life and it's still going on now. Okay, and being influenced by the Vega Okay, you also have the Pleiades aspect that was always working with you in your past life that are still working with you now. And this is the whole aspect of you integrating different cultural ideas and you sharing them. You always did that and you're still doing that now. It makes sense. It sounds more like this is for the Aquarians, if you ask me, you know, because it's sort of like you blending in and looking at the group consciousness kind of mindset. All right, whatever it is, it's still an air energy that you carried in your past life that you're still carrying now, and this helps you to understand people and see the whole oneness in all things, right? And this is, you know, being controlled and influencing you from the Pleiades, okay? And they're still doing it now. Looking at your life purpose, in your past lives, my air signs, you were always playing a leadership role. You took charge of any situation very, very courageously. You know, you always cared about, you know, the environment, playing some sort of earth angel, making sure that Mother Nature is not being destroyed, animals are not being slaughtered anyhow. You know, you were a environmentalist somehow. You were environmentalist somehow in your past life, and there's an aspect of you that is still like that in this lifetime, and you're still playing a strong leadership role. Probably you are the boss now, or whatever it is that job that you're doing, you're always looking forward to being promoted and stuff like that. You know, you take charge of your life, you take care of other people, and you don't, you know, slack. If you like reading, you've always done it in your past life. You research there, you know, probably whatever job you were doing had a lot to do with you studying in your past life, and you're still doing it now. All right, my air signs, it could be that you were author then and you are doing it now too. You know, that could be for the books too. You know, you had some sort of gifts that you had to practice on, maybe using some form of instrument or anything like that. You know, you believed in working on it and polishing your skills in your past life, and you're still doing that aspect in your life now, where you know with practice you become greater and better, and that's what you're doing. Okay, so now let's move on to your financial life, the way it played out in your past life and how it's playing out now. You know, looking at your finances, it looks like you always had a spiritual gift to connect and ask for help spiritually from your ancestors, your angels, your guides. You always knew how to call on them when it came to you manifesting your finances, using your spiritual gifts and power as a medium, and you know, just asking for help, you know, literally, and knowing that they were around you somehow. And that is a way that you made money back then, and you're still doing it now. You could be doing rituals now, you could be still doing that, manifesting just with your thoughts and listening to what ideas and answers come to you. You know, you may not be seeing the spirits physically, you know, as this card is portraying, but you know, you hear them, you sense them, you know, or you may be literally seeing them if you are like an advanced medium as well. You know, there was an aspect of some of you where, you know, when it came to your finances, you were like caught in some sort of debt, some common situation where you didn't get what you deserve. You didn't get the money that was owed to you. You know, you and someone, it could be you and your partner. All right, if you are with a partner as an air sign, either Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, if you are with a partner that you guys are stuck in financial situations like debt and not having enough money to move on and feel like you can't live your life the way you truly want it, you know, almost like, you know, because of money you can't do anything that you want to do. This situation happened in the past life and you're still continuing it now. And this is like a couple. This situation is surrounding a couple. All right, it's not just about you. Something got you stuck in your past life when it comes to your money, and you're still reliving that, some form of karmic debt that you're living with. All right, I also see that some of you, your financial blessings come through your children in your past life. You know, because you had kids, you know, you got certain privileges and you're still doing it now. Some of your kids are gifted kids that ended up bringing you wealth, or opening up the way, or they were gifted kids, like I said, and created some form of financial blessings, and some of you have those kind of kids now. All right, either way, something connecting to your kids being protected also is here, that is connected to your finances somehow. You know, your money being tied to your children, you know, in your past life is still continuing now. You, my air signs, always had all the money that you ever wanted. You always had enough to eat somehow. All right, a lot of you wished for money and you got it. Whatever you wished for, you got it. So you didn't have luck, and you still kind of have that abundant energy. Look at the bottom of your deck. You have the infinite abundance, and you have the King of Keys when it came to pulling about your finances. Most of you were not really struggling financially in your past life, and you're not doing that now. Whatever you want, whatever money you wanted, you got it. Okay, it looks like your financial outlook was bright then, and it is now. Okay, you always, my air signs, in your past lives and now, always thought of yourself as a wealthy person, a very organized, you know, someone that always owned their own business. Maybe you were a leader, like I said, leadership role, which has happened again. I feel like I said that already, and I'm saying it again. So, you know, the Emperor energy is someone that maybe owned, you know, their own business. Someone that was very organized, very practical, very strict to the point, you know, or a manager, or someone that was really in a leadership role, that knew what they had to do. They had all the tools to manifest whatever life they wanted. They, you know, they believed in being wealthy, being comfortable, having clear, you know, thoughts, decision making, understanding, and knowing what they wanted in life. You always was firm. You know, there was no itsy bitsy about what you wanted in your life. You knew you wanted to be wealthy, comfortable, always, you know, being abundant, like that abundant energy, and very organized also. And so you took the leadership in making sure that all that happened in your life. You took a stand in that. You were very clear in your past life about, you know, wanting to be wealthy, you know, and having your own stuff going. And you're still living that, most of you, in this lifetime. You understand that that's what you want. You want this vibration, the Empress and the Emperor energy. This is how you think. This is how you go after your life. Very organized and very down to earth and very wealthy. Prosperity, abundance, you know, looking well and being beautiful and living a very good life. This is what you lived in your past life. You're still doing that now. When it comes to your love life, you know, you guys in your past life probably lived with your soulmate. You married your soulmates, and in this lifetime, most of you are still doing that. Most of you are still married to your soulmate. And if you're not married to your soulmate, you're always looking for that real soulmate to live with. All right, that's what you want. You don't want anything less than being with someone that your soul is connected to. You've lived with them in your past life, and you still want that relationship now. You know, it was a tight bond. It was a very true love situation. Look at the connection and intimacy between you and this person, and you're still reliving that now, or you crave it and you want it. You're still doing it. Okay, that's the life that you want, and that's what you've been living. All right. So I feel like some of you are living with the soulmate that you were with in your past life. You're still doing it with them now. Some of you are lucky enough to have them literally. Okay, for some of you, probably, I feel like this honeymoon situation is not having time to spend time alone with your loved one in your past life, and you're still kind of going through that now. So it's like you always scrambling to find time to spend time alone with your partner is something that, you know, you've always dealt with, that you still have to live with now, that you have to work on. You know, it seems like maybe in your past life you probably didn't get a proper honeymoon, and you still didn't get a proper honeymoon now. So there's always a sense that you need to get some time away from people, and you go and have some fun with your partner. And that is kind of like the lifestyle that you need for your love life, okay, to be able to move on. All right. Okay, before we look at the last information that the angels have, let's do some interesting fortune telling here. Let's see what the universe have for you, my air signs. We're gonna pick just a card, and whatever comes out is what you need to do so that good fortune will smile on you. All right, my air signs. Okay, we're ready. All right, let's pick a card for you guys. Okay, so for your good fortune to continue shining and shine on you, you need to focus on the good things rather than the bad. So take your mind off what's not working and focus on the good things. This is a clear and sharp way of, good fortune smiling on you, my air signs. All right. I hope you enjoyed our little fun thing here. All right. Okay. Now let's look at the last information from the angels, and then we're done here. So the angels are saying you've always been someone that is, had a lot of great courage, and you're still living in that energy in this lifetime. They want you to continuously be courageous and brave in taking, the stand for the things that you believe in and working hard for what you want, like you've always done. Okay, so it's like you've always been a courageous being, and they want you to continue to do that. They also want you to always realize that in your past life you always had a way of taking inventory of how your life was going. You had a way of sitting down and getting into your mind and reviewing your life and how it's going, so you can make proper changes and be able to move on in your life in a very powerful way, right, where you transform and balance things out. They want you to continue to do that because it helps you to heal what you need to heal, to get into balance and understand how your life is unfolding, to move you forward in a positive way. You did it in your past life, and they want you to continue now. Obviously you were rich in your past life, most of you, and you need to continue believing that your financial needs and everything that the spirits helped you in the past to do, to attain, they're still there for you, and you are still meant to be prosperous in this lifetime as well. So continue, doing what you do to create this prosperity, because you do know how to do it. You've always had it, and you can still do it, and you are still doing it. So continue on this path of prosperity. All right, so that's all that I have for you guys, my air signs. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I will definitely see you all soon. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Bye.